magic through the keyhole. He paralysed the cat. The cat got so excited. He shouted, Man United! And Man United shouted, the Addams family. The house is a museum where people come to see him. They're all together, Liam, the Addams family.
Billy wakes up on a Sunday morning, stretches his arms and legs, rubs his eyes. What a lovely start to the day, he thinks. Now to get organised before the work begins. First to shave. Billy puts a foam round his handsome face. Then takes a cutthroat razor and begins to shave. Now that's done, he has a wash. Cleans his teeth. And then combs his hair. Now time for breakfast. And Billy's favourite food is beans straight from the tin. With a big smile. Lunchtime is here, and Billy has some more of the beans he didn't finish at breakfast. I washed down with a can of beer that's shaken, not stirred. You've wrecked it. Billy has been given the afternoon off and decides to go out to the beach to eye up the local talent. Settling down on his towel, he puts on his sunglasses. And applies some sun cream to his face. And sits there taking the hot weather in. Within a few minutes, a beautiful brunette comes and sits next to him. Go on, I've got one coming. Billy can't keep his eyes off her. bottoms on. Billy feels something stirring. And has to do his best to keep his stirrings under wraps. Unfortunately now, something else is stirring. The beans and the beer have had time to mix. And Billy can feel Mount Vesuvius building up. Of course, he doesn't want to do anything to move the young lady, because we all know the brain has no control over the bottom and Mount Vesuvius erupts.
That was a big part of it.
Billy tries to ignore what he has just done and just smiles quietly, guiltily at the young lady, who stands up, slaps his face and walks away in disgust. Having spent a few hours sunbathing, Billy goes back to his barracks, has a wash, unfortunately no more water, cleans his teeth, then settles down to a good night's sleep. After all, it's been a pretty exhausting day.
That poor old snooker player stood with hand on cue. His balls before him, red, yellow, black and blue. A cruel barman, he sneered and dimmed the lights. Said, leave those balls alone, you play no more tonight. The chalk-stained veteran, he stood with anxious gaze. His game's half over, his balls still on the blaze. His eyes they filled with tears, his heart with pain. And as they flung him out, he sang this sad refrain. Oh please, don't take my balls away. I used to play with them at least 10 times a day. Once they were lovely, but now they're old and grey. Oh please don't take my precious balls away. They're busty barmaid, an Irish lass named May. Said pick your balls up, please don't leave them on the table. Through the I travelled far from the Dublin shore, I've never seen such dirty old balls before. Oh please, don't take my balls away. I used to play with them at least 10 times a day. Once they were lovely, but now they're old and grey. Oh please don't take my precious balls away. It's cruel winter outside the blizzard squaws. Oh landlord, give me time to pocket all my balls. The icy wind that blows, and if I roam, I may not have my balls when I get home. Oh please don't take my precious balls away. I used to play with them at least 10 times a day. Once they were lovely, but now they're old and grey. Oh please don't take my precious balls away. Next day they found him, snow lay all around. They searched in vain, too late, his balls were not found. They laid him by the fire, they watched him thaw. And through the chill blaze, he sang this song once more. Oh please don't take my balls away. I used to play with them at least 10 times a day. Once they were lovely, but now they're old and grey. Oh please don't take my precious balls away.
You're a bard. Or perhaps because we're friends, we say the Gloucestershires have a bard that doesn't live far away, in Stratford-on-Avon, Shakespeare. Well, in Wales we have a bard, and he's called Geraldus Cambrensis, and that means Gerald of Wales. But Gerald of Wales is barder than the bard in Stratford-on-Avon. Can I take your mind back 1 year to now, when you had your 30th birthday party, and there was a certain happening in Row D. Do you all remember it? Yes! You do? Well, the Welsh bard has come up with a little ode to a famous chairman. And it goes as thus. A famous chairman came on sight, whose Christian name was Russ. His pedigree was 10 yards long, His looks caused quite a fuss, and as he sauntered down the rows, 'twas beautiful to see his work in every row, his work by every tree. He shit by every gateway, he shit by every post, for shitting was his masterpiece, and shitting was his boast. The campers all stood looking on in deep and jealous rage to see this well-known chairman, the shitter of the age. They sniffed him over one by one, they smelt him two by two, but noble Russ in eye disdain stood still till they were through. They sniffed him over once again, their praise for him was high, but when one sniffed him underneath, he shit right in his eye. And just to show the other campers he was the shitter of the age, he strolled into the big marquee and shit all over the stage. Then Russ an exhibition gave on all the ways to shit. With double drops and fancy flips, he soon became a hit. On Tuesday morn, 'twas time to leave. The campers shouted, "We'll see her," but no one ever put them wise that Russ had diarrhea.
Thank you for that. Your caravan tyres will be down by midnight tonight. And if you think you're leaving this site, you've got another problem. You've got other things coming. I thought that was all dead and gone.
I've got some really good ones, but I can't tell whether the kids are here. You see these two vampire bats in a cave. And one says to the other, he's sitting down for a drink. He says, "You can't go." He said, "The sun's just coming up." He said, "I've got to have a drink." He said, "I've got to have a drink of blood." He says, "Otherwise I'm going to die." So off he shoots and he comes back in. He's all this blood dripping from his face. He said, "My God, man," he says, "where are you going to drink from this time of day?" He said, "See that tree over there?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I bloody didn't." I think I told one the other night, but I don't know if everybody heard me. Do you remember the Irish woman that went to a Dublin hospital to be sterilised? They boiled her in Dettol. You kids, close your ears. Two blokes in a pub, right? And they're talking at the bar, and one's got a speech impediment. And his mate said to me, "I saw you leaving with that blonde last night." I said, "How do you get on?" He said, "Oh, bloody great." He said, "Well, it was." He said, "Well, what do you mean it was?" He says, "Well, there we were." He says, we were getting to it, you know. And he said, "Don't come home." She says, "Bloody hell, it's my husband, get out at window." He says, so there, he says, jumps out at window, he says, hanging on my fingertips, not a stitch on, freezing cold. He says, "My God," he says, "that's very bad luck." He said, "That's not all." A few minutes later, he says, up come window, psh, bloody weeds all over me. There I was, covered in weed, freezing cold, no stitch on, hanging my fingertips. He said, "Good God," he says, "You can't get any more bad luck than that." He said, "You can." A few minutes, up come window, bloody spews all over me. There I was, covered in spew and weed, not a stitch on, freezing cold, hanging on with my fingertips. A few minutes later, he says, no, his mate says, "Flip it," he says, "You can't get it." He says, "Good God," he says, "you know, this is getting," he said, "That's not all." He says, a few minutes later, up come window, he'd only had a curry. Shit all over me. There I was, covered in spew and wee and shit. He said, "Not a stitch on, hanging with my fingertips, freezing cold." He says, "Good," he says, "that is really bad luck." He said, "That's not all." He said, "When sun come up, it was on your bungalow." This queer goes to doctors. And he said, "Doctor, I want to experience labour pains." He said, "Don't be so stupid, you're a bloke." He said, "You've got to do it." He said, I want to experience labour pains before I go through with this next operation. He says, aye, all right. He says, £2 of Epsom salts, go home and take them all tonight. So he goes, takes all these Epsom salts. 2 days later, he says, I've never been off toilet. He said, I haven't had any pain. He says, but my God, my bum's sore. He said, well, there you go. He says, there's 2 tins of Epsom salts. Take them all in one night. He says, and come back. A week later, the bloke walks in. He's lost 2 stone. Pale as a sheet. He said, look, you got to help me. He says, I've had no pain. He said, but my God, he said, I'm eating things just going straight through me. He said, I'm forking out all this money, he said, on toilet paper. This bloke said, all right. So the doctor wanders behind him, smacks him on the back of the head and knocks him out. He comes round, he says, what did you do that for? He said, you got £2 of Epsom salts. He said, take them home. He said, take them all in one night. He said, you've done that and it didn't work. He said, it should do this time and stitch your arse up. Right. Oh, hang on. It's a good one. 2 women talking, right? And she says, tell me, she says, as you get older, does it get bigger? She says, what do you mean? She said, well, it was my husband last night. She said, it felt like a sausage roll casing. She said, I couldn't feel anything. She said, well, have you not had a look? She says, what do you mean? She said, I've had a look. She said, we can have a look. She said, have you seen signs of my belly? Get the bathroom mirror down off the wall, she says. So gets the bathroom mirror down. She stood there like this. And her husband walks in. Past the bathroom, he goes back, he looks at her like this, pushes her out of the way and smacks her against her. You stupid bugger, he said, you could have broke my bloody arm. Then he said, ungrateful cow, you'd fallen down that, you'd have broke your neck. A bloke in a pub, right, goes into a pub one night, there's another bloke stood at the end, he's got a big bowl of peaches. And he says, are you selling them? And he says, oh, these are special, these are. He says, these peaches can taste like any fruit you want them to. He said, get out. He says, go on, here, try this. Takes a bite, he says, but it tastes like a banana, that. Turn it round a bit, he says. Took another bite. It tastes like an orange. Turn it round a bit more, he says, that's an apple. He says, that is a marvellous. He says, just think what you could do if you could make these peaches taste like a woman. This bloke suddenly thinks. 2 weeks later, bloke goes back in the pub and this bloke stood there with his peach again. He said, come over here quick, come over here. He said, take a bite of that. So he took a bite. He said, bloody hell, he says, it tastes like shit, that. He said, turn it round a bit. Queen goes out to Africa to visit the troops in Africa. And this one bloke stood there and she said, I'll take you round to visit the people in the sick bay, ma'am. She said, oh, that'd be very nice, thank you. So she goes up to this one bloke. She says, oh, what's the matter with you, man? He said, piles, ma'am. She said, piles? She says, oh my God. She says, and what are they treating you with? He says, wire brush and nettle. She, oh, good God, she says, wire brush and nettle. She says, and have you, have you got some wish? He says, to get rid of these nasty diseases, he says, and get back to serving you and the country. Give this man a medal, give him a medal. Goes to the next bed, there's a bloke sat there. And what's the matter with you? He says, nasty disease down below. She went, oh my goodness. She said, what they treat it with? He said, wire brush and nettle. She went, oh God. She said, then what's your wish? She says, to get back to serving you and the country. She said, give that man a medal. She goes to the third bed. Hello, my man. And what's the matter with you? Laryngitis. She said, then what are they treating it with? He said, wire brush and nettle. She went, oh God. She said, and have you one more miss? She said, I had to get the wire brush and nettle before them 2 dirty buggers. we have a winner. The one with the purple hair. And the winner is Kirsty. And she is from Bristol. Thank you. There you are. Okay. Right, thank you.
Stand together. Stand together. That's it.
Right, can we have the ladies on next, please? Hang on, Pete, she got a bad leg.
Practice this afternoon, am I?
Hey, you don't realise you gotta get up here again in a minute with the men. Can you all give them a big round of applause, please? Okay, can you come back? Right, we have a winner. It's the bloomin' drunken clown. And she's from the trailer tent group.
Listen, everybody, she made that today. All of it.
Oh. And we all should put our hands together again because she made her outfit today. On a minute, your prize has just come in.
No drunk.
He's had you once, haven't you? He's been practicing. She just got dropped you in it.
I win, you shared it.
Right, if you can walk round in a small circle, please, starting with you. Oh, Pete, you've just won a prize. This you can put anything in. As long as it's tools. No, actually, it's a toolbox. Can you give them all a big round of applause, please? He's bloody bragging, he is. Right, can I have all the... Can we have the TTG, the trailer tent group, who played in rounders up here, please?
Yes, good one.
coin. We have coin. And I still reckon they're going to give me one after. I can't lift this, you're going to have to do it. This lager is for winning the rounders. I'd like to thank them very much for taking part.
It's not my fault, this is it. If I did write it, they'd kill me. What am I going to do to you?
This is Hillary's birthday.
Yeah.
And there's a little ode being writ for her. Wrote.
It tells it comes from Gloucester.
Right. It's sort of like tradition that anybody's birthday is in the TTG, they get a poem written. So here's one for Hillary. Oh, right. 52 today, Hillary cried in dismay. The years are passing too quick. Only 8 years to pension, grey hairs too many to mention. Will somebody please pass me my stick? 52 today, Hillary whip. 52 today, Hillary wept in dismay. The wrinkles are coming too fast. My boobs, they are sagging, my bodies are lagging, and my memories a thing of the past. 52 today, Hillary gasped in dismay. Still, at least I can have a few drinks. I can gather my wits, flash Ted my bits, and that will start some good gossip, methinks. 52 today, Hillary shouted in dismay. I wonder if John will want nookie. No, that's New Year's Day, so that's out of the way. I don't want him thinking I'm mucky. 52 today, Hillary sighed in dismay. I'll sit back with a bottle of wine. John's off in his dinghy to play with his thingy. At least then he's not playing with mine. 52 today, Hillary thought in dismay. I'll just go and down some more wine. It's up early tomorrow, an alarm clock I'll borrow, coffee raffle, and then I'll be fine.
And it took like me be an angel too. But maybe you ain't never gonna feel this free. You ain't never gonna know me. But I know you. Singing in my praise can only get better. I
Not too dirty, Donna. No.
I'm watching you.
A man in the shower, and his son ran into the bathroom and said, "Oh, Dad, what's that thing between your legs?" And Ryan goes, "Oh, that's a hedgehog, son." And he goes, "Hasn't it got a big dick?" Parky was walking on the road and he saw a bottle.
No.
Parky was walking on the road and he saw a bottle on the floor and he went, "Whoa, a bottle!" So he picked it up and the genie came out. And the genie said, "Oh, master, you have 2 wishes. What would they be?" And he goes, "Oh, make me white." And the genie goes, "Oof," and he was white. And he goes, "You have 1 more wish, oh master." "Oh, I'd love to get stuck up Bracknell Welsh." And the genie goes, "Poof," and changed him into a tampon.
Send him home.
3 women wanted to commit suicide. So they went to 3 different places. One went to the Blackpool Tower, jumped off, splat on the ground below, blood everywhere. Took the police a week to clean up all the mess. Second woman jumped off the White Cliffs of Dover, splat, guts, blood everywhere. The White Cliffs of Dover splattered red. Took the police 2 weeks to clean up. The third woman jumped off the Eiffel Tower. She landed on a lamppost. Took the police 3 years to get the smile off her face.
There's a couple sat there one night and she says to her husband, "Here," she said, "I'm thinking of going for this cosmetic surgery." He said, "What do you mean?" Like, she says, "Well, I think I'm going to get some of them silicone implants. She's made my boobs a bit bigger." He said, "You don't want to go and waste your money on that?" She says, "Right, you've got a better idea." He said, "I get a piece of toilet paper and rub it all over." She said, "Why? Do you think it'll make them bigger?" He said, "It's worked on your bloody arse." There's a bloke, right, his woman's having a bit on the side. And he come home from work one day and she's upstairs in bed with this bloke and she says to him, "Quick," she says, "go and hide hide somewhere. He said, well, where? She said, don't care. She's just go and hide somewhere. She's my bloody husband's serial killers. So this bloke runs off. Anyway, husband looks round for his wife, couldn't find her anywhere. So he goes upstairs, she's in bed. He says, what the bloody hell are you doing in bed this time of day? She's a bit of headache, so I thought I'd lie down. So he goes up into the bedroom for a pee, bathroom for a pee. There's a bloke stood in bath with no clothes on. He says, what the bloody hell do you think you're doing there? He said, I'm from the council. He said, we've had reports of plagues and moths. He said, he got no bloody clothes on. He went, bastards.
Now she's swearing and it's
Scottishmen, Englishmen, Irishmen go out for the night. And Scottishman said, he said, I've got a good way, so that we can get free beer all night. And he said, oh, aye, how do you work that one out? And he says, watch me. So he goes up to the bar and he says to the barman, 2 pints of bitter, you queer. Smacks him straight in between the eyes. He says, what did you do that for? He said, just called me a queer. He says, no, I didn't. I asked for 2 pints of bitter and a beer. Sorry, mate, have these on the house. English said, wow, that's good. He says, it's my turn next. Go to the next pub. English said, right, my turn next. He says, sure you know what you're doing, yeah? Goes up to the bar. 2 pints of bitter, you queer. Smacks straight in between the eyes. Picks himself up. He says, what did you do that for? Just called me a queer. He says, no, I didn't. Asked for 2 pints of bitter and a beer. So, gets back and the Irishman said, right, it's my turn next, my turn next. Gets to the pub, goes in, gets Scotsman, said, now look, I know you can be a bit stupid at times, but do you know what you're doing? I know what I'm doing. Do you want to run through it? No, I know what I'm doing. Goes up to the bar, 2 pints of bitter, you queer. Sure enough, the barman hits him. He picks him up. He said, what did you do that for? He said, you called me a queer. He said, I didn't. Ask for 2 pints of bitter and a lager. Woman gets married. And she's walking through Blackpool. She bumps into her mum. She says, oh, hello. She says, a long time since I've seen you. 3 months. She says, what have you been up to? She says, oh, we've got this book, Kama Sutra. She's been trying all these different positions, she says. It's been marvellous. She says, what do you mean? She says, you want to try it? She said, don't be so stupid. She says, my time of life. She says, we've got this one at the moment, she says. He stands at the bottom of the... I stand at the bottom of the stairs, no clothes on, stand there like this. He gets at the top of the banister, comes down, she's bloody marvellous. Next day, she gets a knock up, comes at the door, there's a policeman stood there. He says, can you go to the hospital quick, your mother's in a bad way. So she runs up to the hospital, she gets in, her mother's led there. She says, are you all right, mother? She says, you and your bloody ideas, you burn pot. She says, look at state of me. She said, well, what happened? She said, well, that newfangled way you said yesterday. She said, I got home last night, I said to your father, come on, I've got a new way of doing things. She said, so I stands at the bottom of the stairs, your father's at the top. Whoosh, down he bloody comes. She says, next thing I know, I'm in here. She said, well, you're all right. She says, bugger me, they haven't found your father yet.
Saturday night, I feel the air is getting hot. Like me, baby, I'll make you mine. You know I'll take you to the top. I'll drive you crazy. Saturday night, dancing like the way you move. Pretty baby, it's party time and not 1 minute we can lose. Be my baby. Saturday night, dancing like the way you move. Pretty baby, it's party time and not 1 minute we can lose.
Camping at Gloucester.
We went to Gloucester this summer, which turned out a bit of a bummer.
The girls were quite rare, not one of them here or there.
Next year we'll bring some from Canada. Volleyball was high on our list, but the balls, too many we missed.
Still we all give our best. Now we going home to Forest.
Next year we'll play when we're pissed.
told to patrol a lake. So he thought, oh, this is a bloody boring job, innit? So he goes off in the night. And he comes up, meets this old man. And the old man goes, excuse me, Mr. Officer, there's a man down there buggering a duck. And he goes, stupid man, go away, will you? And he comes to this posh woman. And she goes, excuse me, Mr. Officer, there's a man down there buggering a duck. And he goes, oh, right. I'll have to see something about this then. So he carries on walking around the lake. And he sees this little man. And he goes, excuse me, sir, but have you seen anyone buggering a duck? And the man goes, no, officer.
There's an Irishman, right, at a building site, just gets this job. They're building a multi-storey car park, and he's on the 3rd floor. All of a sudden, this bloke falls off the top, splat all over the floor. Foreman calls him in, he says, here, Paddy, he says, you were working here where he was. He says, can you tell me what happened? He says, he says, he died of ED. He says, you what? He said, he died of ED. He said, he passed me, saying, I'm a gonorrhea. How many nails do you get in a lesbian's coffin? None, it's all tongue and groove.
How'd you get 4 lesbians on a stool? Turn it upside down.
Quasimodo, right, decides to take on an apprentice. Takes him up the bell tower, he says, right, he says, how do you ring the bell from up here, Quas? And he says, what do you do? He says, you ring the bell, when it comes toward you, hit it with your face like that. He says, does he not do it? He goes, hit it, boing! Bell goes away, so this young lad stood there. Bell says, right, so he swings the bell comes with this bloody lad, hits it like that, he throws him backwards, right down the bell tower to the floor below in the square. And all people gathered round him, so Quasi steps running down to him and he looks at him like this. And the old policeman's there and he says, no, Quasi, he says, do you know this bloke? He said, no, my face rings a bell. Little lad running down the street, and he's got a pirate's outfit on. He runs into this bloke, and the bloke said, now little lad, what are you? He says, I'm a pirate, can you not see? He says, where's your buccaneers? He said, it's time to be bucking head. Kermit's in bed with Miss Piggy. The phone goes. He picks the phone up, he says, hello, is Miss Piggy there? He said, he can't talk now, he's got a frog in her throat. Man's driving down this country road and this cat comes along and runs over this cat, splat, dead. Gets out of his car, looks around, there's a little cottage in the woods, so he goes over and knocks on the door, little old lady comes to the door, she said, hello? He said, I think I've just run over your cat. She said, what did it look like? He went, why do lighthouses blink? Wouldn't you if you had crabs on your rocks? Little old lady one day walking down the road and this bloke comes along in his car and he jumps out, flashes at her and drives off. Anyway, they get the bloke and she stood up in court. And the old judge is asking her some questions. He said, no, I'm going to ask you something now. It might be a bit distressing, but I want you to answer as honestly as you can. He said, did the man have an erection? She said, no, he had a full cortina. Nun sat in the bath one night. Knock comes at the door. She says, hello. He said, blind man. She said, oh, can't see. Come on in then. So he opened the door. He said, nice tits. Where do you want the blind dung?
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy, because I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little love, hit me when the wind blows. Doesn't really matter to me, to me. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life has just begun, and now I'm gonna throw it all away. Mama, didn't mean to make you cry, 'cause I'm not back again this time tomorrow. Carry on, carry on, doesn't really matter. Too late, my time has come. Send shivers down my spine, probably thinking all the time. Goodbye, everybody. My time has come. Gotta leave you all behind the face. The window, I don't wanna die. Sometimes I wish I've never been born at all. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening. Galileo, 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 Magnifico! Just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family, living his life for his monstrosities. Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? Bismillah! We will not let you go. Bismillah, we will not let you go. Bismillah, we will not let you go. We will not let you go. We will not let you go. No, 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 no. Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub as the devil comes aside for me, for me, for me. You can stop me and spit in my eyes. So you think you can love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby, can't do this to me, baby. Just gotta get out, just gotta get right out of here. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me.
Multiplying, and
That's the one.
That's where it ends.
So I told her we'd still be friends.
Then we met our true love now.
Wonder what she's doing now.
Summer dreams ripped at the seams.
But those summer
Baby, if you got to go away, don't think I can take the pain. Won't you stay another day?
Gotta dance, come on, man.
Oh, don't leave me alone like this. Won't you say it's the final kiss? Won't you stay another day?
not that real.
Don't you come too far now, just to go and try to throw it all away. But I heard you just want to stay just one more day. Stay now, baby, if you got to go away. Don't think I can take the pain. Won't you stay another day? Oh, don't leave me alone like this. Don't you say it's the final kiss. Won't you stay another day? I touch your face for you one evening and hold your hand. Don't understand what's going on. The times we had returned to harmony, and we did all our things to be wrong. Take the pain, won't you stay another day? Oh, don't leave me alone like this. Won't you say it's the final kiss? Won't you stay another day? It's the final kiss. Won't you stay another day? If I got to go away, don't think I could take the pain. Won't you stay another day?